Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Friday Charge, brought to you by EV Geek Studios. As always, we are your hosts, Joel and Sebastian. And today, November 7th, 2025, we got a lot to talk about. Let's see here. We're going to talk about a car that we're not getting anymore. We're going to talk about a car that we're going to be getting soon, I swear. We're going to be talking about a car that you are going to not be able to get for a little while. And yeah, we'll see what else comes up. Without further ado, let's plug in and get started. All right, our first topic of the night is nothing to do with the car either being here or not being here or going away. There's a new CPO in town. For those who don't know, CPO is charge point operator. So there's a new CPO coming to the American Southeast. Power Up America is a new CPO that this week announced that they have ordered 100 dispensers from Kempower, sharing photos of their custom units on the production line. Power Up plans to open their first site by the end of the year in Manchester, Kentucky, with currently 7 more sites in the plans. And some of these sites are NEVI funded, which I thought was neat. I honestly just brought this up because I wanted to say good luck to the guys. I saw it pop up on a news on one of the news sites this week, and I started scrolling and reading through the company, and I realized that 2 of their guys are also from the Turn Down for What podcast. The 2 guys that started it.
Josh Turner?
Yeah. I never connected and put the link together, so I just was like, cool.
He mentioned that when we were talking, but we knew he's based out of North Carolina, but we did, or Eastern Tennessee, but I never put the 2 together either. So yeah.
So anyway, when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's cool. Neat. And so yeah, good luck to these guys. We could use more good, reliable charging, and hopefully they're able to deliver it.
Especially ones that look like this with the canopies and the little very vintage 80s look there. That's very good. Any other? Oh, looks like they have some locations already open.
Those are all coming soon.
Coming soon. I can tell. Hornsby, Tennessee. We have Waynesboro, Tennessee. We have no, that's Kentucky. Sorry, I'm in the wrong state. No, I'm in Tennessee. Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We have Corb Archard. So a lot of these in Tennessee. So yeah, level 2. Yeah, pretty cool. Good luck.
Moving on. Polestar 4 gains a cool new navigation feature. So Google Maps this week announced a new, quote, live lane guidance feature. And the first EV to gain this will be the Polestar 4. This new feature uses the car's sensors to detect what lane you're driving in and then puts on the driver display telling you like when you need to get over, what lane you need to be in relative to where you are actively traveling. Polestar expects this new feature to begin rolling out to vehicles in the US and Sweden in the coming months. This isn't really, I guess, that big of a deal, but I do like seeing examples of where having a software-defined vehicle like legitimately getting better as, Google or whoever adds new features. That said, there's other cars out there that have done this for a long time. I think Volkswagen does it. I know Tesla does it. And some, I'm sure, other ones. But anyway, I just thought it was cool because we've talked a lot about Google Maps adding random cool stuff recently, and then how that's trickling into these vehicles that run Google Automotive. And yeah, I also trust Google to make a better navigation software than GM or Volvo or any other automaker.
Kia.
Yeah.
Eek. Any news if this will be hitting the Volvo cars?
Good question. They only said some. I only have seen Polestar 4 so far.
Yeah, because I believe they run the same software, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's roughly the same. Yeah. Roughly the same hardware, probably, at some point.
Yep.
Maybe. We'll see.
Who knows? Yep.
Moving on. The first Nissan Leaf range tests are in. I guess I should say the first new Nissan Leaf range tests are in. There's plenty of Nissan Leaf range tests, but we're talking about the new Nissan Leaf. So the first ones are in, and buckle up because they are probably not what you expected. Edmunds was the first to publish their range test of the new Nissan Leaf. And their test, just for those who are unfamiliar, is made up of 60% city driving, 40% highway, with an average speed of 40 miles an hour. And the car that Edmunds tested was a Platinum Plus trim level, which is EPA rated at 259 miles. And Edmunds was able to drive, drum roll please. Drum roll please.
Oh, I don't have that button up.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sharing the screen. I can't get to that button.
310 miles before the car
Even
died.
though it's on the screen, it's been on there for the last 30 seconds.
I can't see it.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
So the car ultimately registered about 16% more efficient than it did in EPA testing. So it used 27.8 kilowatt hours per 100 miles versus the 33 kilowatt hours per 100 miles that it did in EPA testing. And it's expected that the other trim levels will probably have very similar gains, which is impressive if you know that the highest EPA rated version of the Leaf is the S Plus trim, which is rated at 303 miles of range. So I'm ready for someone to get their hands on an S Plus trim and do a very similar test, and hopefully we can find out what number it actually gets. Is it 303 or does it do like 320, 330? Who knows?
I must say it's like a fungus. It's kind of growing on me, the Leaf. I mean, it's I'm looking at these pictures here. I kind of digging it a little. It's
There you go,
growing
Joel's
on
new
me
car.
a little. No, but
You
it's
can go
growing
buy
on me
one.
a little. So
Hey, it has NACS and J1772, and you can only AC charge on the J1772, not the NACS.
yeah. So just make my life more complicated than it already is. So
Eh.
yeah, I mean it's a good test range. I mean, it's always good when cars beat their EPA.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to Leaf, and yeah, hopefully the next one. So 303 on the S Plus, you said. What was it on the
It
what?
was the EPA range, yeah. And the
So
trim
maybe
level
make
they
it
tested
320.
EPA rated was 259.
Maybe make it 330, 340. Who knows? So
Yeah, who knows?
interesting.
We'll
So
see.
that'd be fire, as the kids would say. Yep.
All right, guys. Ford's affordable EVs are almost here, I swear. Scout's honor. Or at least that's what Jim Farley says. During Ford's quarter three earnings call, CEO Jim Farley reiterated that their affordable EVs are still coming. They're not part of some distant plan. The CEO stated that Ford is currently testing vehicles and they have completed 95% of the parts sourcing for these new models. Ford also states that they are in a good position to navigate some of the, quote, recent challenges with selling EVs in the United States. Like removing the federal tax credit and throwing giant tariffs on like all components of every vehicle and all that stuff. I'm sure that's what they're
Just
referring
to
to.
name a few.
Just a few. Just a few. Ford is still on track to begin converting their Louisville assembly plant for production of the new models, and they claim to be on track with their LFP battery production in Michigan. So, more power to them. I'm ready to see this $30,000 EV that I've been promised. My lights have started flickering.
Yep. You gotta pay that bill, Sebastian. You gotta pay that light bill. So yeah, I'm looking at this article from Electric that we have pulled on the screen, and Farley said that EV adoption in the near term will only be 5%.
Yeah,
You think so?
I don't know. It's hairy.
It is hairy. I
Because
don't know if
the immediate drop has been pretty significant. I think I saw Hyundai saw something like a 40% drop this month, but I don't know long term what will actually happen.
This is
No one
the
does.
dip before the next climb, probably. Yep, no one does. You're right. I mean, not even the automakers really know what to expect. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I talked about this a little bit in one of our mini charge episodes that's on audio only podcast 6 weeks, and was kind of excited that they made this announcement that it's just around the corner. Hopefully that means Q1 2026 is what I'm hoping.
I don't know. I don't think just around the corner is that soon. I'm still thinking 2027 at the earliest.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not around the corner then. That's down the block, take a left, take a right, and go down one more mile.
Listen, in automaker terms, that's around the corner.
It's just around the corner. Yes.
If they're not fully done sourcing parts and they haven't started converting the plant yet,
it said
it's not coming in 2026.
They said the article was 95%, and they were already
that's
testing.
Still 5% done, and that they haven't actually started converting the plant. So 2027, maybe like mid-year. That's my number.
Year. is the 2027 is when EVs make a comeback, right, Sebastian?
You're gonna have the new Bolt, although that's supposed to be coming, I think, in
Yep.
2026, but as a 2027
Yep.
model year. Anyway,
Yep.
yeah, 2027's the year. We'll see.
Well,
We'll
20 is
see.
the year. That's the year. It's the year of the EV. It's the EV era. Yep.
Moving on. Sorry, I
If
like
you want
letting
to,
this
sure.
like pregnant pause just every time there's a topic of just staring at me.
I know.
Tesla's
I'm
multipass
just waiting to share the
expands.
screen.
After launching their new multipass service in the Netherlands, Tesla this week has expanded the offering across Europe. Tesla's multipasses are a new way to try and simplify charging, allowing owners to pay for third-party charging through the Tesla app and activate third-party units using the Tesla's key card or again through the Tesla app. This also brings third-party charge history into the Tesla app as well, allowing owners to see both first and third-party charging in one place. So it's a pretty neat concept. Joel, do you think Tesla's ever going to do this in the US?
No, I do not.
Why?
I just think there's just too many variables at stake. Do they get a cut? I mean, if I pull up to an EA station, I can use my Tesla app. Are they getting a cut? And who's giving them that cut? Because you know they're going to want money for it.
Yeah,
They ain't doing it for free.
but if that's the argument, though, it makes you wonder why they're doing it in Europe.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know enough about the European charging structure and like how many companies are over there.
So one of the articles I read,
that.
one of the articles I read said that this allows Tesla owners to use their card to pay for charging at thousands of operators,
Yeah.
which
So I don't know.
seems pretty complex.
Yeah. So I'd like to know how they're doing it and if it can be implemented here in the U.S.
Because like in the
It says
US,
the
we
company
probably
has
don't
done
have
a great job.
thousands.
There's 11,000 supercharger stars on the continent. That's not bad. So
Yeah, but it's also not that much.
yeah.
Europe's a pretty big place, kind of.
Yeah. This year, Tesla added 200 total stations and roughly 1,200 total stalls, a 16% increase from last year. Highest concentration of V4 superchargers, and they're fully 42%. So, I mean, I could be wrong, and if I am, I will come out here and say, maybe just around the corner.
Tesla in the US definitely seems to have a more closed approach.
Yes.
Now, again, I know they just opened the supercharger network in the US, and that's a great thing and all that, but they're also like not blanket opening it.
Yeah.
They're requiring some sort of deal with automakers and that this like certain things have to be done, although they won't say what has to be done before they'll flip the magical switch and allow your car to charge on the network, even though superchargers are open to everyone in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, again, why are they having such a staunch stance for the US market?
Is it regulation? Is it, who knows? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
You think if you could do it in Europe, you could do it in the US. It should be that easy. But
Yeah,
maybe
you
it's
would
not.
think.
What do we know? Evidently not much. I'm done with that topic.
Moving on.
If you want to stare at me for a little while longer, and it's fine with me.
No one wants to do that.
No one
Jeep
wants to
is
do that.
recalling 375,000 4xEs. Joel, did you know that Jeep has built 375,000 plug-in hybrids?
That's the same thing. I know it's what I was like when I was reading over this article earlier today. I'm like, is that, but did he miss like a comma? Is it like 37,500? Like a 37.5? I had no idea.
37.5. Half a car. They're
Like,
recalling half a
37 point. I know, like 37.5K. I thought you were saying that, like, 37,500. I had no idea they had sold 375,000 Wrangler and Grand Cherokee PAVs, the 4xEs. I mean, we don't see them here in Arkansas, and Arkansas love their Wranglers. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
So Jeep this week recalled 375,000 Wrangler and Grand Cherokee plug-in hybrids due to the potential for the batteries to spontaneously catch fire. And unfortunately, this kind of is one of the things that gets brought up semi-frequently. You have the worst of both worlds in this situation where you have an EV
You do.
battery fire, which sucks, and also a full tank of gas in your vehicle, which is highly
Which double sucks.
combustible.
Yep.
Um, and that's when people talk about plug-in hybrids and say it's kind of the worst of both worlds. That's one of the aspects to it is like EV battery fires are rare, gasoline fires aren't.
Yes.
Having a possibility for both to combust is just bad for everyone.
It's bad for it. You, your neighbors, your family, your establishment. It's just not good.
It's bad for
It's
everyone.
just not
Anyway,
good.
the
That's why we
internal
always say.
investigation. That's why we always say what? What do I always say?
That's why we
Put words
always
in my
say
mouth.
hybrids are not they're not the option right now. You just go straight EV. It's not the option right now.
So their internal investigation shows that there have been 19 fires to date, and they are recalling 2020 through 2025 Wrangler 4xEs and 2022 through 2026 Grand Cherokee 4xEs. Until a remedy is available, Stellantis is encouraging owners to park the vehicles outside and to avoid charging the batteries, as they believe there is less chance of a fire when the car is dead. These batteries are being produced by Samsung SDI, and this is the same defect that previously led to them to recall 154,000 vehicles back in 2024. And Stellantis is including those 154,000 vehicles in this current recall, even if they were previously fixed, which sounds to me like they weren't fixed.
So is it a software update? Is it a whole new small pack? What is it? What's the fix?
I'm assuming it's a defect in the pack, which is probably means the true solution will be replace battery packs until you can do what they did kind of on the Bolt and have a good enough software that you can diagnose and predict if a failure is going to happen. But Stellantis currently does not have a remedy. They do say that the one is imminent, but they don't have a remedy. They also state that the Ram 1500 Rev, the Ram 1500 Rev is imminent and has been for the last like 5 years.
Just around the corner. Just around the corner. Just around the corner.
Sorry, I know recalls and selling new models are completely different things. I just have such a hard time with this company, dude.
It's
and
just
believing anything they say.
Yes. They change their mind, like just like with the wind. Like, oh, we're gonna release a Ram Rev. Nah, no, we're not. No, we're not. We kid. Oh, all right, what's our last story, Sebastian?
Don't really have a last story unless you want to talk about what we drove this weekend.
There was one more in the notes, I thought.
Nope, that's it. That's all I had. Did you have a story you didn't tell me about?
Yeah, the EV4. You totally missed it.
Oh, what? How did I do that? Oh, I sure did.
See, you're making me feel like the old senile man
past
now.
It. Because that was supposed to be after the Nissan Leaf story. You should have stopped me then.
Yep. I don't have that up. I just got the tabs up, and when you mention a story, I click a tab. So that's all I'm good for here, Vanna White.
The Kia EV4 has become forbidden fruit. Although, I don't know that it's a fruit. Vegetable?
Forbidden. Yes.
Forbidden onion? I don't know. Anyway.
This is by the way, one of the Sebastian's favorite looking cars, in case you haven't watched the podcast before.
Late last week, Kia shared that their previously announced EV4 might not be coming to the US. This vehicle was supposed to launch in our market in 2026. However, Kia announced that it would be delaying the launch until, quote, further notice. Kia quotes current US market conditions as a reason. But, it's not clear what they're referring to. Are they talking about tariffs? Are they talking about the removal of EV tax credits? Are they talking about ICE raids at the Hyundai EV plant? Yes. Are they talking about, there could be all sorts of things that would make Kia not want to bring a new model to the US. I think you can just throw a dart at a dartboard and you'll probably hit something. It does seem like Kia is soldiering on with their plan to launch a vehicle in the Canadian market, with the car still being listed on Kia Canada's site. I wonder if Canada gets the hatchback.
I
because the
don't know.
hatchback looks fine. The hatchback looks good. It's just a sedan that's ugly as sin to me.
Not if you just look at like the first 3/4 of it.
Yeah,
It
just if you,
doesn't look bad.
it's perfectly fine if you just don't look at the rear of the car.
Just don't look at the rear. Business in the front, and it's party in the back.
Yeah, I do also
Or is it
find
party in
this
the front
super.
and business in the back?
It's party in the front and just ugly in the back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do find this super weird though because Kia has already done press events for this car in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
And so it's
Ooh,
like
there's
they
the back.
had full intention of bringing this here. Um, and now it's gone. And who knows if it
There it
ever
is
comes
on the
back.
screen, Sebastian. There's the back of it for you in all its glory.
My issue is the space between the taillights and the top of the trunk. The weird
Right here on the Kia
panel.
logo.
No, like where the glass is.
Right
Like
here.
that weird, yes, the haunches.
Okay.
It has weird haunches.
It's almost like the window needs to come down more.
It needs something. I don't know, an exorcism. I'm really not sure.
You should call Kia and tell them how you feel about this.
No, I'm okay.
They may listen
They
to
don't
you.
care what I have to say.
If you tag them on Twitter, they take care of stuff for you.
You Mr. Got
Found
your
that out with a
update before
software
literally
update.
anyone else.
Tagged them, and 2 days later, wow, software update. Who'd have thought? So,
And
yeah.
then 2 weeks later, suddenly there's a software update available for all the cars. Thank you for being the beta tester.
Don't mess with the EV Geek.
It's awful.
All right, so that's all the news story this week. What have we been driving, Sebastian?
What have we been driving? You tell me.
All right, I will tell you. We drove and just released a 2026 Hummer EV. So that video is out. A lot of views on that. Thank you all for watching that. That's our Hummer videos in the past have not gotten a lot of views. This one is
Which
doing
because
pretty
I love
well
Hummer.
for us.
Hummer is so fun.
Yes, they're fun cars to drive. They're totally serve no purpose, just to have a lot of
They're
money.
totally
and
stupid, but
drive
they're
around.
fun.
Yes, totally stupid and fun. And people who have a lot of money drive them, and that's why they're fun. So yeah, I mean, it was the upgrades were mostly software related. We forgot to mention in the video. People pointed out to us we may have increased the towing capacity.
Yeah, I meant to look that up because I'm like, what did they increase it to? Because I really didn't see a lot
Yes.
about that.
And then someone said the tow hooks come standard on the back, and
No,
I'm like,
that
there
is not
wasn't
true.
really a spot for them.
No.
Yeah. I said this
it
was
is
the
part of the
2X.
package.
Yeah,
It's part of it. That
That's
is
what I
part of the
figured.
package.
They were like, someone forgot to put the tow hooks on the back, and I was like, there's not a place to put them. There's like
It's
not
just
a hole
flat
there to
black.
put 'em
Yeah.
on. It's flat black. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It rides very similar. I mean, if you got into 2025 and 2026, you're probably not going to notice much difference except for the software being a little more snappier. I don't think it's a new software. It's just quicker.
I mean, it's a newer software. I think it's moved down to
Yeah.
Android 14, and the old truck was on Android
Yep.
12. But the big
Yep.
change is just that whatever the CPU was before, or whatever was bottlenecking before, is gone.
A lot of the
Hallelujah.
animations they took out too, which may have been the cause of it too. A lot of those animations when you click the different drive modes, kind of made it lag. King Crab, that's
King Crab.
that's something. Watch the video and you can see how King Crab works. Yeah, the King Crab walk it's fun. Got a lot of shots of that. Sebastian had fun whipping that around and testing it out. So yeah. And then we also started a new EV series called Everyday Electric. So when I started the podcast 3 years ago, that was the purpose of it, is to talk about basically EVs for dummies. Basically, if I'm entering the EV market, I don't know a lot about them, I need to find a video about charging, just the basics of it, like the different levels, what it does. So we decided we're going to start a series. We may have videos come out, every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, depending on content, depending on how much time we have. But we'll do 8 or 10 episodes just to kind of give you the basics of EVs, from ownership to charging to what do all the acronyms mean? SOC, KW, KWH, what's all that mean? So we'll start a series about that. That first video came out Wednesday. But yeah, so excited just to kind of break down the basics of just EV ownership for those who may be EV curious or thinking about purchasing the first EV and just want some basic knowledge about that. Anything else new, Sebastian?
Yeah, you didn't even talk about what we drove this weekend. You talked about what we drove
Oh,
last weekend.
you talk about what we drove this weekend. I'm tired of talking. I'm gonna start coughing. The cough is still here, y'all. I've been battling it for months. It's still here.
So the first car we drove on Saturday
Yep.
was a Rivian R1S. And if you've seen our R12 review, it's very similar. There are some interesting bits about the R1S compared to R1T. Notably, it rides worse.
Yes.
Don't want to give too much away before video because it is coming out Monday.
Right.
Or if you happen to be a member, hi Diane.
Yes.
You'll
Huge
see it.
shout out to Diane, our member. Yes.
Our
Thank you,
singular
Diane.
member. If you want to join,
Yes.
you
Thank
can.
you.
It'll
Yes.
probably be up sometime tonight if you are a member. After this, I'm going to
Ooh.
upload it. It's edited. I just have to upload it. I didn't have internet at work today, so um,
Basically, what I'm seeing on my screen, you barely have internet at home today, too. So
it'd be like that
luckily, you
sometimes.
not
Okay.
see. Luckily, we don't do this live because it would be like witness relocation for Sebastian. You'd be all pixelated the entire time. So yeah. So
Anyway, but that's
sometimes it'd be
coming.
like that in the country.
Yeah, that's coming for Monday. And I mean, really, I love Rivians. I love driving them. I love dealing with them. I love the interiors. I love the way they look. It's just a lot of fun. Anytime I get to hang out in a Rivian, I'm super pleased and pumped. And then we drove a Model X, same year, and had some interesting feelings on that one.
Yep.
Um,
It's a 7-seater.
it was a 7-seater.
Yep.
And it's just interesting because, driving those back to back is, you're like, huh, these are similar ish in price.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't. And I know people probably do cross shop them, but
Mm-hmm.
I see it's so hard for me to kind of see why.
Well,
And
people
it's
lump them in the same category, and you
of
don't.
like
And I can't.
luxury
And that's
three-row
what I mentioned
SUVs,
too.
and that's the part I have a
Yeah.
hard time figuring out. And because I have a
Yeah.
hard time figuring it out, after we drove a Model X, we went back to Evolve. Huge shout out to Colin for letting us borrow both of these. Um,
Yes.
and we just did like a little side by side with the R1S and Model X that'll be coming eventually. Maybe
3 weeks
next
from now,
week.
probably.
Not 3 weeks, maybe. Who knows?
Uh,
Um,
yep.
anyway, but just kind of going through like both of them side by side. What does this have that this doesn't have? What does this not have, etc.? Like, what are the like legitimate differences? Because ultimately, when both those cars were new, the R1S was like 96 grand,
Mm-hmm.
and the Model X that year was 120. And
Yep.
now used, they're like the same price. Or at least that one was. And so
Yeah.
I'm just like, how do these actually compare at all? If we're supposed to believe that the 3-row luxury SUV and they're the same category, which again, they're
Mm-hmm.
such completely different, like body styles. Even I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was interesting, so we shot one, and it'll be coming soon.
Yes. Rivian's a great car. Totally agree with you. Not giving too much away. Love the software. Just everything about it is really nice. It does have some quirks, and we bring those up in the video. But yeah, but it was interesting to talk because we really haven't talked about Model X versus Rivian, but people talk about them as being in the same boat. Like, oh, 3-row SUV, luxury SUVs. You have Model X, you have the Rivian, you have the EX90, and they go through the Gravity. I'm like, I just don't see how Model X fits
I
in
could
with
see
those
like
others.
Gravity and R1S falling in the same
Yeah,
category. Although
and
Gravity's
EX90.
and EX90, like I could see those because they're
Yeah,
more of that boxy.
yeah,
I just,
yeah.
I don't know. Model X doesn't. The
You can even
3-row part
throw
is what kills me.
Hummer, EV in there with
Although that's not a
the
3-row.
SUV one. So the SUV, well, yeah, but I know, but so
Anyway, yeah, it's interesting.
yep,
And
yep,
hopefully, who knows? Maybe y'all will like the comparison, and we can use that as ammo to get with these dealerships and do more comparisons. Or
yep.
maybe someone cool will see it and be like, "Hey, do you want to borrow this car and this car?" We can kind of side by
We could
side
do
because
a
I
EV6
would.
Model Y comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. It would take a lot of coordination. I would love to get like just a whole lineup. Like, get me an Equinox and an ID4 and a Model Y and an EV6, and like let me line them all next to each
Ionic
other. And a
5 and
Mach-E.
yes.
Like, Here are
Yep.
all the mid-size crossovers electrics. What do they do different than each other? What do they do the same?
Mhm.
Which one would you pick? Like, I would love to do that. It just requires a lot of coordination, and ultimately, it requires people to want to see that. So
Yes.
let me know.
Coordination is the hard part here in Arkansas. Yeah. So other than that, quiet week here in Arkansas.
Quiet
So,
week.
Sebastian, anything else you want to say before we wrap this
No,
up?
that's it. I think that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you all for plugging into the Friday Charge. Be sure to subscribe to EV Geek Studios on YouTube and tap that notification icon to be notified about new releases. Next week, we will release, as mentioned, the review of the Rivian R1S, as well as, I don't know, what are we doing Wednesday? You think we're going to do another Everyday Electric episode
We might. It all depends. We will be gone
next
next
weekend
week,
for Electrify
next
Expo?
weekend. So
Woo!
yeah, Electrify Expo. So if you're in a Dallas area, you're going to be Electrify Expo. Look for the guy with the glasses or the tall guy walking around with the cough, and we'd love to chat with you. So yes, and the little short 12-year-old who will be there as well as our sidekick. So yeah, find us, and we will may have
I'll try to
I
remember to
may
have
have
my
some.
stickers on me.
I may throw some cups in the bag. So if you see us, say, "Hey, you're the EV Geek," we'll throw you the cheap swag that our podcast can afford, which are stickers and cheap plastic cups. That's the extent of it. But if you want to get more swag, go to shop.evgeekstudios.com and purchase some shirts and sweaters. It is wintertime, so get some sweatshirts,
We
hoodies.
do have hoodies now.
Helps
Doug, if you watch
help
this, I
support the
have a hoodie
podcast.
now for you.
Doug, right? We have hoodies for you if it's getting cold out there where you live. There, it's time for you to get a hoodie. So, yep.
If you guys have any thoughts or questions, drop them in the comments below, because as always, we would love to hear from you. So long, everyone, and we will see you on the next episode of The Friday Charge.